That's right, guys. House Bill 3008 passed out of committee with a vote of 6-4. Some of those who were opposed say they want both the state and tribes to meet and negotiate before more gambling is added to Oklahoma.
If this passes, the state would get 10%. We've seen in other states where they've made agreements for up to 25% of the take. So I'm not necessarily saying that we need more of a take, but all entities need to be involved.
State Rep Kevin West says he believes that's what Oklahomans would want as well before any additions were made to gaming. That being said, even if changes were made to the bill, he would probably still vote no.
But I would have a lot less heartburn over it if we took out the terms portion of it and made it to where it's negotiated.
The author of the bill, State Rep Ken Luttrell, says he'd be happy if his bill just caused a conversation.
And I would be happy to facilitate that and get everybody to the table and have some good open dialogue and discussion about this. It's not a make or break for the tribal gaming entities.
Luttrell says offering in-person sports betting at casinos could create thousands of jobs and lots of revenue for both the state and the tribes. As the bill is written, tribes would opt in, but not every tribe is on board just yet. The Oklahoma Indian Gaming Association not at liberty to share what concerns their members may have.
But I can tell you this, our members are very interested in the subject. They engage quite regularly with both within their own communities and with their local representatives and state senators. Everybody is unique when it comes to their markets and what they would like to see.
It's important to note that this bill does not include the very popular online sports betting. However, State Rep Ken Luttrell says if his bill does become law, it's only a matter of time before online betting is part of Oklahoma's gambling landscape.